Well, yesterday, Microsoft announced it will roll out a new virtual reality headset. And the NBA is offering games, broadcast, and virtual reality this season. Well, this technology is pretty hot, but is it safe for our kids? That is our feature story tonight, and we begin with this from Jessica Formoso.
Virtual reality has been around for some time. However, new features keep coming out. The latest virtual reality headsets.
It's basically like walking in a video game. It's like you're literally immersed in this virtual world.
Facebook, Google, PlayStation, and Samsung are just some of the companies that have invested a lot of money into the new technology. Sherry L. Smith, senior staff writer at Tom's Guide and Laptop Mag, says virtual reality headsets will be a hot item on holiday wish lists this year.
They are becoming the go-to big-ticket item for this holiday season. You have them in mobile versions, so like the Samsung Gear VR. You've got PlayStation now with PlayStation VR, and of course you have Oculus Rift and the HTC Vive, which is powered by PCs.
With some VR headsets already on the shelves and others set to come out later next month, there are concerns among parents and doctors.
This is dangerous. I just think that it's just not for younger kids.
We do have safety concerns. Often has to do with the type of device they're using, for how long they're using it, the individual child's maturity level, and visually what that might do to them, also psychologically, and there might be a connection with motion sickness or seasickness.
Pediatrician Kathy Ward of Big Apple Pediatrics says, unfortunately, the technology is so new that there isn't enough evidence that shows how safe or unsafe this device can be for children.
The standard age seems to be, some systems it's 12 and up, others 13 and up.
But some have no age restrictions.
Vive doesn't have an age limit, but they do have a warning saying maybe don't let your kids use this.
What age do you think is a good age?
18.
Dr. Ward says one of the biggest concerns with virtual reality is its effect on a child's psychological development.
Children have very plastic brains, the whole concept of neuroplasticity. It's a definitively scientifically proven thing, and especially in children, their brains are very much developing.
Now, Dr. Ward says parents need to be very diligent with their children and virtual reality headsets and understand they're exposing their children to something that there isn't a lot of information about. I'm Jessica Formoso, Fox 5 News.
Jessica, thank you very much. It's a hot topic. Joining me right now is Dr. Rudrani Banik, who is a neuro-ophthalmologist, New York Eye and Ear Infirmary of Mount Sinai. Thank you so much for being here, Doctor.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's an interesting subject. It's very popular, as we just heard, and you did your homework. You tried the headsets out, last weekend?
Yes, just
Tell
this
me
last
about it.
weekend. So I was very curious as to what the experience may be like.
Yeah, what was it like?
And I tried them on, and the experience was so immersive. I mean, the graphics were incredible. The sound was very realistic.
Yeah.
And actually, I tried a climbing game, and it was labeled as intense.
Okay.
And so I decided to go for it, and I started climbing. And at one point, my hand slipped.
Oh, wow.
And I went into free fall. And when I went into free fall, I was very disconcerted. I had motion sickness. I was dizzy. I almost
You
fell.
felt all of that.
Yeah.
And here you are as an adult. I know we're talking about children. What are your concerns? I know there isn't a lot of data right now, but what are your concerns about children's safety?
Sure, there are numerous concerns. I mean, first of all, how does this impact brain development in children? How may it impact vision development
Right.
or sense of balance? These are all things we don't yet know about. The other thing to really be concerned about is the content of some of these games.
Yes, that's true.
The content is really aimed towards adults, and so for children, some of these games may be frightening.
That's true.
They may be intense. They may produce anxiety and have psychological impact.
There are some warning labels, as we know. Some of the manufacturers are doing that, but you're saying you really have to be careful about that. So what are some of the guidelines we should be watching for? Those people who are going to use them, parents who are going to be supervising all of this? What do you say?
So interestingly, just last week, the American Academy of Pediatrics released guidelines regarding screen time in children. And what they said was that children 6 and above should be limited to no more than 2 hours of entertainment screen time per day.
Right.
Children 2 to 5, only 1 hour, and children less than 2, really no screen time at all. So based on those recommendations, I would recommend everything in moderation. We live in a digital world. We're constantly being exposed to cell phones, tablets, games, now virtual reality.
All of that, yeah.
So I think parents just need to be aware that these devices may be helpful in certain ways.
I'm very curious. I mean, since we're talking about this, have you had anyone call you or people who ask questions about this? Have you had any discussions in the medical community
Not
about this?
yet. I think it's just so new that even medical professionals don't know what to to ask.
Yeah.
We don't know. The research just hasn't been done yet, and I think it's very imperative that it be done.
I think that's the key to it, really. I mean, you have to start early and make sure that you get some data to work on. But in the meantime, in a nutshell, you're saying be careful?
Yes.
Be careful,
Be
right?
careful, and supervision.
And
If children are going to play, they need to be supervised.
Very good. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Dr.
It was my
Banik.
pleasure.
All right, come back again.
Thank you.
All right, I like that you played with virtual reality.